not be the one to doubt us. 'Cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us. 'Cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Both defenses need to find a way to make crucial stops as each offense comes in ranked in the top 10 and converting on third down. It's the Monarchs going up against the Jaguars. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the London Monarchs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Londoners, they're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Now the return, Rashad Green. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Central Florida. It's Blake Bortles.
I can't help but chuckle because I always remember when Blake Bortles got drafted as the 3rd pick in the draft, the year he came out of UCF. So many people were in shock. They couldn't believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars had not tipped their hand ahead of time. I think they were very happy to get him once they did.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the box that's highlighted is for Hearns on this offense.
Do you have your track shoes available? Because Allen Hearns is a guy that gets you on your horse if you're trying to defend him. He can take anyone deep and win on any route.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Again, it's Yeldon. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. And here now, the defensive starters.
Jonathan Joseph goes under the radar a little bit as one of the better cover corners in the league, but his team knows his value. He can lock up good receivers.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, the Jags send out Brad Nortman to punt.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the out route. He tried to sell it hard. And as a receiver, what you're really trying to do is maneuver a defender inside to give yourself a little more cushion breaking to the out. But how about the defender reading it really well, not buying the fake or the maneuver inside, and getting to the sideline and helping break up the pass.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. Manziel. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And touchdown. Braxton Miller with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And they better put that ball to the side, because with that catch, he's a new single-season receiving yards record holder.
What a fantastic year. And we saw it start early, didn't we, partner? Right out of the gate, we knew he was going to have a tremendous year, but who knew it would culminate in breaking this all-time record.
And it's good to make it 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here we go. Green, 39.
On first down, Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Whitney Merciless coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Bortles going to throw. The tight end Julius Thomas, the intended target, and it's 4th down. Here's Brad Nordman now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller, because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They have what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slam. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
Here's Manziel. Going deep this time for Miller. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And that one results in 35 yards. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition, because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
First down and goal to go from the 7. They'll try and run down here with Irvin. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Tyler Irvin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Bortles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. Not a big deal on that one. Just your everyday 67-yard punt. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Here's Elliott. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And no way to get loose that time as Manziel goes down. And, Charles, they just handed them a gift. Going for it there, that spot of the field inside the 24.
Yeah, sometimes you think you've got plenty of time in a game, so you take a little bit of a crazy risk. This goes in the category of a crazy...
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. So he actually goes back about 9 yards on the return, but the interception is clean, and they have the pigskin, and they take over. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't get... He's got a man, complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football.
That's caught inside the 20. That one goes for 34 yards. And that'll be good enough for the first. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. he has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Green 39.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Going for it, and this is the fullback crunch. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And this will probably be the... Now, hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
And while there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Julius Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are back within a score. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was the prototype of what we're seeing today.
And now back out comes the offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times. And
that's caught at the 25. A big play there. 52 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
This is Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Getting set to go again, Blake Bortles marches back onto the field with his offense. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Now whistles here. And I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved.
Offense.
Double tight, double tight. Hey, check me out. We got 3 down. We got to stand up over there. Go, go. Green, 39.
After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. Here's Brad Nordman now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half. Whoosh.
Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And this offense not able to believe their good fortune probably. First and goal at the 2. Here comes Johnny Manziel now to lead his offense back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. One man in the backfield, Elliott. He'll get the football here. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. And from the 3 now, it's second and goal. Now Elliott. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be fourth and goal.
Okay, Brandon, work with me here. Let's analyze this situation. A touchdown here, that could be the knockout blow in the second quarter. But if they go for it and don't get it, that could bring life to the other sideline.
Now Manziel fighting him on. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. Fourth and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
They come out here in the eye. Now Bortles surveying the field. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it third down. We're still in search of the first down after that last completion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Bortles toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Bortles now on first down. Completes it to Lee. And down it. So now 1st and 15.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now Bortles again. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they send some blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
It will. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense. Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Caught out left side by Robinson. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Bortles now on first down. Lee's got it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a play fake here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot. They dialed up.
And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see you in the postgame. We're ready to get to the 3rd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. here's Manziel. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Telvin Smith leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. He's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Throwing now is Bortles. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And look at the numbers, a repeat performance. It seems right now it doesn't matter how many guys they're going to put on him, he's going to catch the football.
And when you hit that zone, and that's what he's in right now, where everything is working well.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes and gets the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position, someone should break open.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now Bortles. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Down the numbers. There he goes. Picked off by the linebacker, Bryant Cushing. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Now the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. So after the INT, it's Bortles. And his throw is incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. Bortles will try again on second down. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Whitney Merciless in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
That's caught at the 25. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it's good enough for a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and now it's 2nd down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Well, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Fresh set of downs here. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Lee's got it over the middle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Into the red zone. It's Bortles. And Thomas has it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal.
Come on, baby. Get on your feet.
back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
There we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Julius Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the second half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Manziel. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And his guys are going to take over. Now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now it's 2nd and 7. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Yeldon, the lone running back.
There we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Bortles now on 1st down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Jacksonville. Off a week ago, I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you, and he is getting it done. Smooth in the secondary, making catches, making plays. That's the guy that we know.
2nd down now after the pass completion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Allen Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. His throw incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And it's 2nd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Now Manziel. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. Give him 30 yards there. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense, Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
He's going to let it go again. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall. We can strengthen Braun. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. Completes it to Lee. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumble. It's loose. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's going to bring the fumble. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown. Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Really nice little connection there. They go with the corner route, and it works out well.
And the best way to set up the corner route is to throw slants throughout the ball game so when you're able to get back outside, the defender has to respect the inside game.
Bortles now on 1st down, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Rashad Green. That'll bring up 2nd down. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. 5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. Bortles, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Bryant Cushing, and he's able to get it.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Manziel going deep this time for Miller. And it's caught. Touchdown. Braxton Miller with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31.